The recorder is on.
Okay, it's on. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning to folks of you on the West Coast. This is Mark Limbruner, GISP. I am the president of GITA North America. I also serve as the GIS manager of Range Resources Corporation, and welcome to our annual membership meeting for 2016. We have a requirement to hold this meeting according to our bylaws, and I believe we also need to hold this meeting in order to maintain ourselves in good graces with the IRS as a nonprofit organization. So I want to welcome you to the meeting. For most of you on the line, you will be muted. If you have any questions, please open the Participants tab, and you can click Raise Your Hand. There's a Raise Your Hand icon, which you can click on, and at the conclusion of my presentation, we'll take some calls if anyone has anything they need to ask in particular about the organization. So welcome to the meeting again. So this time I would like to thank my board of directors. I've been president for the last 2 years, and I've been assisted quite ably by our current board of directors, and I'd like to thank our President-elect Matt Thomas. He is going to be our incoming president on January 1st, and he's going to serve for the years of 2017 and 2018. I'd like to thank Elizabeth Bilek, our treasurer, and Terry Strahan, who is our incoming secretary. We have a few departing directors. We currently operate with a board of 7, and 3 of those folks are leaving. Talbot Brooks, who was the past president and served as president of the organization for 4 years before I became president. Talbot's leaving the board, be staying involved with our education committee. Much appreciation and thanks to Talbot. He served during a very trying time of the organization and really turned things around. Eric Hugenrod, our current secretary. Eric has recently retired from his employer. He is intending to stay involved with the GITA Pacific Northwest committee and their annual conference they put on, so Eric will still be lending a hand to us. And Rebecca Shoemate, our director, she's departing at the conclusion of her term at the end of this year. So I want to thank our departing directors also. I also want to thank the administration of Shared Geo. For those of you that are unaware, Shared Geo is kind of the back office contractor for GITA. With GITA being an all-volunteer organization, Shared Geo makes sure that our virtual lights are on and all the websites run and the emails and all the fabulous advertising that gets done and the information goes into the newsletter. These are the folks who put this together for us. So I'd like to thank Steve Swayze, who serves as our administrator, Sally Wakefield, our membership director, and Phil Berg, who's our accountant, and also Anthony Whitebread of Shared Geo, who does a lot of the back office work. Anthony just joined us this year, and I was remiss in not getting his picture up here on the board. And myself, I serve as president of the board and acting executive director. So that's pretty much it. That's the back office function of how everything works. We just recently held an election for new directors for the board. The board was expanded from 7 to 9, so with some departing members and new members coming on, we needed to add a total of 5. And we would like to congratulate Troy Bumgardner, GISP from Williams. Troy serves on our Pipeline Week committee, and he's looking forward to serving the association in a larger capacity. Mike Marabelli, GISP of Cabot Oil and Gas. Mike serves on our Energist conference, and He's been a big help on that conference. Andrew Fiorinelli of Fauquier, I think, County, Virginia. Drew previously assisted the organization of volunteer capacity, and he's going to be sitting on the board representing municipal and government users. Jacob Parakadin of Spectra Energy. Jacob's been involved with our Pipeline Week committee also, and just been a big supporter of the organization, so we welcome Jacob to the board. And the last seat is going to be filled by Sean Bruce of Global Information Systems. Sean is looking forward to helping out the organization in a number of different methods or a number of different ways. And Global Information Systems has been a sponsor of GITA for quite a while, so we welcome Sean on board. Just wanted to update the membership on statistics. So far, at year-end here, we are sitting with 23 corporate, government, or education affiliates, and that breaks down into 5 premium affiliates, 16 standard affiliates, 2 educational affiliates, and then we have over 450 individual members on top of that. So we want to thank all of our affiliates because their support of the organization is really a huge financial backbone that keeps us operating and keeps our virtual lights on. Being a virtual organization, we really needed to do all our outreach and advertising via social media, basically. The folks at Share Geo put together this chart for me to show where we were at 2013 and where we're sitting now at the end of 2016. We used LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook especially to reach our membership, and you can see the LinkedIn membership has grown from 3,300 to over 4,700. Twitter followers from 2,100 to over 3,000. Facebook members, it's phenomenal growth there from 50 to 1,117. Share Geo and the staff also puts together association news updates. In 2013, we had 13, and you can see that we're just maintaining that much more activity with our news updates to membership that we've upped that to 30 for this year. Our GITA News Hub and Constant Contact, I just wanted to put those in there also to show the membership, you know, and our sponsors and our affiliates, the type of reach we have. Our GITA News Hub reaches 9,000 people per issue, and when GITA itself does an advertisement via our Constant Contact, or not only an advertisement but a promotion for a conference or to send out update to memberships or so, we have over 13,000 people in that mailing list. So we're quite active in the geospatial community, and we're plugged into quite a few people. Also this year, a free Google AdWords account was obtained in 2016, which is just going to help people find us a lot easier online. Over the last 4 or 5 years, and especially these last 2 years, we've really grown the organization. The conferences, regional conferences and partnerships. In the East, we have the Energist Conference in Canonsburg. We've worked with the Common Ground Alliance on several different events of theirs. They have one coming up in March of 2017, and we're still looking for some papers and presentations on that. With the Pacific Northwest, is going to hold their conference April 24 and 25th. That'll be outside of Seattle. The Upper Midwest GeoCon was a brand new conference started this year. That's going to run semi-annually, and the next event for that is going to be in 2018. We've had a phenomenal turnout for that. Pipeline Week is obviously our big conference, and that's held in Houston every year, and next year it's going to be held October 3, 4, and 5 in Houston. So we have a good bit of the country covered. We're working with some other local chapters to get some other events spun up, especially in Palm Springs, California, with a California-Nevada chapter, and we're looking to get something going in Atlanta for the Southeast chapter next year. GITA is important not only to us individually as members, but we also represent the entire geospatial industry on a few other committees. We serve on the GISCI committee, which certifies GISPs. Myself and Terry Strahan sit on that committee representing GITA. We have members on the Federal Geographic Data Committee and also on NGAC, which is the National Geospatial Advisory Committee. So from time to time, you'll see vacancies occur on these boards, and if we're asked to refill from our membership, you'll see emails and announcements that you can nominate yourself or nominate someone to be on that board, and as long as they're involved in the industry and are members in good standing of GITA, their resumes will be evaluated and then submitted for approval to those committees. And we thank all our membership that's serving the industry on these committees. For 2016, we continued our international outreach. We had delegate or leadership exchanges with GITA Japan, GITA Australia, and also GITA once again supported Go Geomatics, and that was held across Canada at a number of local locations in the autumn of 2016. We were a sponsor of that, and we also, GITA provides assistance with UN Spider workshops and geckos, and we provide some funds to help run those events, but we also provide advertising and support for those very important meetings and international outreach. Moving on to finances and administration, over this last year, we've been able to continue our stability and financially, and we're currently delegating some bookkeeping duties to a third-party consultant, which I'll talk about in a future slide here. The GITA Scholarship Fund has been replenished, and we began distributions from that fund this year. I'll have an update on that a little bit further in the presentation. We implemented the GITA GIS Awards program, and I feel we've gone tremendous distance and improved our membership-based services for this year. One of the main issues regarding financing is we're going to move to a unified financial oversight for GITA NA, our national chapter and our regional chapters, and we've contracted with John Dundon, who is an IRS enrolled agent from Inglewood, Colorado, and his firm is called Taxpayer Advocacy Services, and they're going to manage the association's monthly bookkeeping and annual tax filing duties. In order to comply with IRS regulations and in order to maintain our good standing as a 501c3 corporation, the federal government requires us to demonstrate some level of financial observation of each local chapter. So our local chapter treasurers and leadership will be getting some letters on how they're going to interface with Mr. Dundon and his staff, and we believe this will go really smoothly. John did a fabulous job in straightening out the corporate finances and our tax situation after we rolled from a paid full-time staff to a part-time staff, and we think that he'll do a fabulous job on these bookkeeping duties. Also this past year, Steve Swayze did a lot of work tracking down older chapters that had gone dormant, revitalizing some, by finding new local leadership and just clearing the books of old chapters, and that's what this is. This is basically a memo to the board on Steve's work and what was done in the disposition of each chapter and its finances. This was really important as far as IRS regulations also to get the deck cleared on this, and this was one of the last hanging strings left over from the dissolution of the full-time GITA employee staff. So I'd like to thank Steve for his work on that, and he's done a fabulous job on that. Also, over this past year, Steve and the Shared GEO staff worked on some website revisions, and one of those very important revisions was volunteer and scholarship submissions info is now right on one place on the website. You can see right there it's on our home page. When you come in, you can just click on the scholarship programs and volunteer opportunities, and then that'll reveal opportunities at both the national and the local level for both scholarships and volunteering. If you click on the volunteer page, it goes to a real simple page. You plug in your name, email address. What are you interested in helping us with? What is your expertise? What level can you help us with? And this has been a godsend to help organize our volunteer efforts. GITA.net became fully operational this year, and what GITA.net does, this is a port basically through our website, and this is feeding information to our membership and especially our chapter leadership. And what it does, it provides free GITA.org accounts for chapters and can support up to 2,500 members. It has dedicated Gmail, file, photo storage, and document collaboration capabilities. This allows for the permanent archival of all GITA chapter and GITA event documents. So there's no loss of data due to job changes, volunteer staffing. Folks don't need to store stuff on their own computers or their work computers. They can store it all in one place. For instance, all the GITA board of directors materials are stored here, so as our new board membership comes in, they'll get access to this and they'll be able to comb through the archives and look at various projects that we have. This provides a significant cost savings versus commercial providers of these shared type of services, and this is offered free to any GITA chapter. They can contact our administrator at Shared Geo, and we'll get them set up, and they can start using the site to collaborate. So it's a really powerful tool. This year we worked on membership recognition and welcome aboard program. Unfortunately, we had been pretty lax in that for the past couple of years, but as members come on board now, they'll receive a membership certificate. They'll receive a folder that has some GITA goodies in it, a lapel pin, a pen, so on like that. So this information is just that's being published now as an outreach to our membership, and it's really, in my opinion, dressing up the organization. That we're not just pulling things together anymore. We're back. We're still virtual, but there's tangible items that you can touch that are linking you back to the larger GITA community. Some other operational highlights. This is all kind of the back office functions. We've created a shipping center. We're now able to respond within 48 hours to support organization needs for events and other items. For instance, if chapter leadership needs pens or tablets or folders for an event they have coming up, they can contact the administration and get things shipped out to them. We've developed membership brochures, and a number of those are they're either online or you can download it, and we also have some hard copies available on glossy paper, so we've used those at some of the conferences we've had to get people more interested in the organization's handouts. GeoCon, as I mentioned earlier, was brought online. as GITA's 4th Regional Conference, and we did that in conjunction with a number of other geospatial organizations located through the upper Midwest. It was quite a success. One of the small things that membership may not see, but if you're working with it every day, we needed to standardize our logos and cleaned up a number of other administrative issues in our artwork. So that was a big job. We got that done. Our website SEO optimization and keyword indexing project was completed, and a lot of that information goes back to our Learning Center. We've done a fabulous job putting information into the Learning Center, getting that indexed, and it's easily searchable by the membership now, and by really anyone. It's open to the public, not just members. As mentioned earlier, we held Board of Director elections, and those were successfully conducted. And also, we've started our first international conference partnership in over a decade. We're working with GIS TAM event in Portugal, which is going to be held next April, 27th and 28th. So there's information available on our website if you're interested in that conference. Sounds interesting. We've reinstituted our awards programs for individuals, and that information is also available on the website for how to nominate folks for that. There's Lifetime Achievement Awards, Distinguished Service Awards, and these are achievement awards not just the GITA, but also for the industry. If you know someone who's deserving of recognition for their work within the industry, you can nominate them, and we have a committee that will take a look at them. We've also reinstituted our Speaker Excellence Award, and for this last year we did it for Pipeline Week, but we hope to roll that out to all our regional conferences too, because there's just a phenomenal amount of work that goes into a number of folks' presentations, and we would like to recognize them for that. We also have an awards program for industry partners, and we have an Innovative Award and an Excellence Award, and again, firms can be nominated for this, and they'll be reviewed, and any deserving companies will be awarded these crystal plaques and or crystal awards. So this was a big step also for us this year, and what it's doing, it's expressing to industry and individuals that GITA's back, we're active, and we're here to recognize excellence within the geospatial community from both an individual and a corporate standpoint. Obviously, one of the big reasons we exist, GITA is an educational organization, so what our big focus has to be is on scholarship awards. And just this year, we've given away a significant amount of funds. Our Pacific Northwest chapter gave away over $8,000. The Mid-Atlantic chapter through Energis gave away over $4,000. UMGeoCon, about $15,000. GITA National via Pipeline Week, we gave over $5,000, and other chapters about $2,000. So our total came to approximately $34,300, and this was really meaningful, and it was a big bonus for me to be able to start giving away these awards. And as you can see, I'm posing with 3 Marines who are students at Delta State University, and they were able to receive scholarships. These are 3 Marine reservists who are geospatial specialists within the Marines, but they're also continuing their education. They received scholarships from us, and at Energis, these were our undergrad awardees, and they each received scholarship funds from presenting at the conference. So it was a big, quite enjoyable to do that, and I'm glad to see GITA is back and providing that information. So future steps, what's next? For the organization. Now that we've done all this back office work, we've got a lot of the local chapters revitalized, contacts, new information with them, we're going to truly begin to leverage these. You know, get the education committee really up and running, get the industry committees up and running, get our local chapters and volunteers more active and involved in it. We've been kind of, in some sense, self-centered, just getting things reorganized and up and running at the national level. We really need to spread that out. So I'm looking forward to working with a number of my colleagues on the board and at the local chapters to get that going. Okay, and obviously we need you. If you haven't volunteered for something, either at a local or national chapter, or working on one of our conference committees, we really appreciate it. You know, as I said earlier, you can click on the Join the Team, the volunteer button on the website, and we're looking for service on committees, the National Geospatial Panel, conference committees. There's always help needed at local chapters and for their conferences, and candidates for the board would be a big help the next time we're searching for folks to serve on the board. And lastly, I'd really like to thank our affiliates and our members. These past 2 years have been just quite an experience for me, so I want to say not only for your support in 2016, but 2015 and 2016. And myself and the other board of directors members and the staff at Shared Geo really thank you, and we're looking forward to successful and prosperous 2017, not only for us, but for you also. And if you have any comments, feel free to email me at president@gita.org. You can also find this information on our website. And that's the last slide I have. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to click on the raise your hand button next to your name under participants, and Steve will unmute you, and then you can feel free to ask any questions.
I actually unmuted everybody, so there we go.
There you go. If anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to go ahead and shout them out. Just say who you are first, and then we'll run with your question. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Okay. Well, I want to thank everyone.
Hey, Mark.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh. Yo, you can hear me? Okay, I didn't raise my hand. It's Mike Marabella.
Hey, Mike.
How are you guys? Thanks for, I'm glad to be on this call, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with the board. I wanted to just say seeing that scholarship number was pretty awesome. Getting to give away money for students is always cool, and I'm glad we got to do it with Energist this year. But I think it's really cool to see that total number, and maybe that'd be a benefit for all of the chapters, as they're at some points during their kind of housekeeping at the beginning of their setups. It might be beneficial for them to, you know, be given that number, so they can feel free to include that in their own thing and see what, you know, what their contributions are able to do alongside everyone else's.
Yeah, good point, Mike. Yeah, it's a big benefit. Okay, anyone else? Okay, with that, I'll close out the meeting. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year in 2017. Thank you all for what you do, not only for GITA, but for the larger geospatial community. And thank you all. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Mark.